Hello and welcome to Committee and Field in Memorial Field in Canton, Massachusetts on Friday, November 15th for Sport View's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2019. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers face the Canton Bulldogs in the MIAA Division 5 South Finals. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, Holliston has the high-powered offense, and Canton has the great defense. Can the Panthers win as Undercats on the road tonight?
Well, yeah, they can, and I'll tell you, you are going to see a great offense against a great defense, but the other thing that Holliston has, they also have a great defense. Holliston's playing very well on defense, and they're playing extremely well on special teams, and special teams has gotten this team a lot of points and a lot of great field position. So Holliston hopefully will get a shot at using their special team guys. And, I'm sure we saw this a few years ago when we played Linfield. And, Linfield came in with a vaunted defense, and that Holliston defense outplayed them and threw the shutout. So I'm sure the Holliston defense is looking to show to everybody tonight that we play defense very well, too.
Holliston's record is 8-1, averaging 38 points a game, giving up 12 on the defense. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 17th season with the Panthers. His record, 146 wins against 44 losses. The Canton Bulldogs are 9-0, averaging 26 points a game, giving up just 5 on the defense. They've thrown 5 shutouts so far this season. Their head coach is Dave Bonham in his 11th season with the Bulldogs. His record, 48-60-1. The Panthers have made the playoffs 10 of the last 11 seasons and are 20-6 in the playoffs. Looks like Holliston will receive the opening kickoff. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. And now, HCAT's onboard computer, Carlos Canto with Los's pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Last week the Panthers blew out the Somerset Berkeley Warriors when they came to town in their previous playoff game. It was really got to hand it to the rushing attack in that game. Dylan Ibbotson and Tristan Benson combined for 153 yards of offense, 2 touchdowns, 9 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown for Tristan Benson, 5 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown for Dylan Ibbotson. When it's cold, like it is tonight, you really have to depend on that rushing game. So we'll see how the Panthers attack this very good Canton defense tonight. The weather and temperature on the field, it is chilly. It is a 39 degrees, not too much wind, but it is cold. Not quite as cold as it was earlier in the week.
Okay. Canton's ready for the opening kickoff. Back to receive the kick, number 11, Christian Schneelock, and number 24, Mitch Gimblett. High kick taken at the 10-yard line by Christian Schneelock. And Schneelock's into the second level. Great return and field position for the Panthers.
Well, a couple things. First of all, I want to tell you, we saw this kicker who just had a tremendous kickoff. He's got a great leg, and his field goals may come into play maybe later on tonight. We'll see. But I told you earlier on that these special teams for Holliston have given us a lot of points, and they've also given us a lot of great field position as they did right there. So nice run back by Christian Schneelock.
Ball's placed at the 41-yard line where the Panthers will be 1st and 10.
Canton, we talked about their defense. They really, really strong defense, and going to give Holliston a challenge tonight.
Tristan Benson gets caught on a wide jet sweep. Gain of 1 or 2.
And right there you see one of the reasons why that Canton they have looks like they have some pretty good speed. You know, one of the ways you're going to have to beat Holliston is with speed because Holliston's just so fast. And if Holliston gets to turn the corner, these kids, Ibbotson and Tristan Benson, they're going to be able to get some long runs. But we'll see how Canton defends them.
2nd down and 8. Completion to Ratcliffe. We've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a hold maybe or a block in the back.
Panthers offense comes into this game averaging 349 yards a game, 159 through the air and 200 on the ground. So a balanced attack for the Panthers.
Yeah, you know, we talked a minute. I'll tell you about the Greeks' keys to the game tonight. And the first one is get out to get a big lead early. That's what they really want to do. Stop the Canton run game and mix up the offense. Stay away from turnovers and, you know, have your special teams. Rely on your special teams to get you some yardage and some scores. But they got to play a clean game. They can't have a lot of penalties and turnovers tonight.
2nd and 28, it looks like. Arvanitis to throw, goes deep. And Gimblett had a step on the defender, but if the ball falls incomplete.
The ball falls incomplete, but that's a message. You know, now you're going to take that defense and the strength. A lot of times the strength of the defense is where those safeties can play up closer to the line. Well, he just got beat very badly on that pass play. So now they're going to they'll play back a few steps. Give Holliston a little more room in the middle of the field.
Third down and 24 it is. Three receivers to Arvanitis' right. And Arvanitis is sacked on the play, so that'll bring up a 4th down for the Panthers.
Well, there's that defense. You know, we just talked about it already enough in this game. And they're really something. They do a good job, good speed, good physicality up front. As I said earlier, it's going to be a challenge for Holliston, but the other thing is Holliston can't give up those penalties. The penalty killed them.
Fourth and 36 here.
Kick from Topher Ryan, comes down, takes a Panther bounce. Bulldog takes a risky play on that one. That was number 9, Rivera. But great position for field position for Canton after the exchange on the punt.
Yeah, and what you're going to see here, you're going to see an offense that really likes to run the ball, and they run the ball very well. And, you know, they got a big front line up there, and they got a quarterback who can throw too, Tom, you know. And
he throws a little bit. This Canton offense averaging 280 yards a game, 75 in the air, 205 on the ground. Their quarterback is Johnny Hagan, number 5. Back to pass on 1st down, and he's going deep. Incomplete, intended for Rivera. Well, that's unusual for Canton.
Yeah, they wanted to open up. They wanted to show something different, maybe catch Holliston in looking for that 1st down run. It's really a good idea tonight. There was a nice pass, too, and one receiver had one more step, they would have scored a touchdown. So now Holliston's got to think a little bit about, well, this team's got some speed. We got to, you know, kind of watch out for them, too.
Hagan, the quarterback, is 55 of 105 for 670 yards and 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions as well. Handoff to Rivera, but that goes nowhere. Brings up a 3rd down and long for the Canton Bulldogs.
David Harding first on the tackle there.
Yeah, you know, and where they are now, my guess is they're probably, with this defense, you know, if they don't lose yardage here, They might go for this on 4th down too.
Ball's on the Panther 31. 3rd down and 8. Hagan with a quick handoff to number 2, Kyle Fitzgerald, but the Panthers push him back for a loss of 1.
Yeah, right now, though, the Panthers on all three of these plays, that defensive front 7 is really not having any trouble at all with the offensive line of Canton. They came in on the pass play. They were a step away from sacking the quarterback on the 1st down, and then these last 2 downs, they did a nice job getting to the runner and tackling him. Let's see how the coach plays this now. See if he wants to punt. Nope, it looks like he's going to go for
4th down and 9, and Canton's going to go for it.
Maybe. Sometimes they punt out of these.
Hagan with Fitzgerald to his right. Fake. And knocked down by number 51, David Harding. So the Panthers, the Canton turns it over on downs.
Couple things with that. Number 1 is David Harding, and we talk about him every game, that David Harding can get in there. He disrupts the passers. He disrupts the punters. He's just amazing what he can do getting in. He breaks through. And you notice, once again, that defensive line, that defensive front center is having absolutely no problem with this Canton team. Now, the other thing that did, it gives Holliston good field position. And the third thing it does is you kind of feel the momentum shift a little bit right there, you know. And sometimes it takes a play like that on the defense and to get your offense going again.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers on their 32. Arvanitis to Ryan. He's got a 1st down, breaks a tackle. Topher Ryan with 45 catches and 927 yards and 10 touchdowns in his Panther career.
And if you hear at the game, you could see the confidence right there, that whole offense, it was all different than that first series of down. Just very confident the way they're playing right now.
1st down and 10 for the Panthers on their 47. Arvanitis with the quick hitter to number 5, Brian Gary. Brian Gary with 7 catches for 105 yards on the season.
7:35 left to go in the 1st quarter. Holliston on the move, no score in the game. But you see, we talked about this a little before the game, Tom, like you had mentioned. Well, Matt Arvanitis, when he just takes those 2 quick steps and drop back and hits the receivers quickly, he does a really nice job.
2nd and 2. Arvanitis to throw. To Ryan for a 1st down inside the 20.
Well, they got some big boys on that defense there, but you know, if those guys, what you want to do is tire them out, move around, run around, make them get tired, and that's what Matt Arvanitis did. It was also nice to see Matt getting out there and running, and it looks like he's running at full speed tonight.
Arvanitis with 1,274 yards, 17 touchdowns on the season. Got the Panthers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the ball's at the 15-yard line.
There's no safeties deep at all.
Incomplete.
You'll be able to, normally when you see a defense like that, where you see the safeties are pulled up and they're spread out like that, that's when you want to look for your tight end a lot of times, coming across the middle. And, you know, Holliston's got, actually they got a couple good ones. Yeah, if even they have to go to Connor Mulvaney, or of course, if they have to go to big number 2.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Arvanitis with Benson to his left. Throw to Ratcliffe.
Well,
Flag comes all the way across the field.
And that's interesting, too, because I didn't really see any Holliston players out there. Maybe it would be
Might
the
be
area.
Offensive pass interference.
I'm not sure what this is, but Did they just pick up the flag, or is he? No, now he gets the ball. Let's see if he's going to mark it
Got
off
to
against
come over and
Holliston.
explain it.
Yeah, he's going to mark it off against Holliston. It's 15-yarder, so it's got to be a personal foul.
Didn't have a signal on the penalty, but it's significant against the Panthers.
Yeah, there again, we talked about that. They can't have these things because right now, no one can stop this team. Can't stop them, but they were able to stop themselves with these penalties. They got to,
Second and 25 from the Panthers. Arvanitis rolls right. He's got Ryan. Topher Ryan with a catch. He's out of bounds. Gain of 5. Going to be 3rd down and 20. Third down and 18.
6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Clock running. Holliston's got 2 shots at this, so they don't have to go all the way downfield. I'll tell you though, these linebackers are putting some good pressure on Matt Arvanitis. They're quick, they're fast. The line doesn't seem to be putting much pressure on them, but the linebackers are.
3 receivers to Arvanitis' right. Empty backfield. Fake to Ratcliffe. Tosses to number 3. Picked off. So an interception for the Bulldogs puts them at midfield.
Well, again, you can't have turnovers, you can't have penalties, and right now those are the only 2 things that's hurting this team.
5:45 left in the first quarter, no score here. They're going to mark the ball at the 49-yard line.
And you talk about momentum shifts, Tom. In the games like this, in these championship games, the kids at this age, that momentum will come and go. Now, the one thing is that they seem to take the momentum over in the green, but the white hasn't unhanging their head, so that's the good news.
Right. Hagan with Fitzgerald to his left. Hand off to number 2. And the Panther front 7 throws him back.
They're coming up. Those linebackers are coming up, and they really want a piece of him here. And they know now. They know we can get to him because their speed and their quickness is going to beat this offensive line, and they know it.
Up front for the Panthers, number 51, David Harding. Number 55, Zach Athey. Number 56, Ryan Cahill. And number 9, Tim Aylward. Get you the rest of the defense in just a minute. 2nd down and 9. Fitzgerald shifts to the right. Hagan rolls to his right.
Out of bounds.
Incomplete.
Yep.
So I'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Panther defense at linebacker, number 32, Kevin Lyons. Number 4, Connor Mulvaney. Number 22, Dylan Ibbotson. In the back, defensive backs, number 8, Sean Keese. Number 11, Christian Schneelock. Number 24, Mitch Gimblett. Number 16, Ryan Stanwood.
Yeah, those defensive backs, especially Andrew Schneelock and Gimlet, they are shut down corners, so that allows the defense to blitz more.
Screen pass to Fitzgerald, but a nice tackle by David Harding. And that brings up 4th down and long.
Yeah, and their punt team comes on now, and this is a smart play for them now. Before the ball was probably about 15 yards down, and they said, okay, we'll go for it. They didn't make it. But I think they have the feeling now that their offense isn't going to be able to run up and down the field against this Panther defense. And this defense, as I told you earlier, they know who they're playing against, and they want to show that they're a good defensive team too.
Back to receive the punt, number 11, Christian Schneelock. He had a punt return for a touchdown last week against Somerset Berkeley, but this one he's going to let roll.
And they get a great roll. Wow.
And so a big break for the Bulldogs as they down the ball inside the 5-yard line, maybe at the 1.
It actually might even be. It looks like he's almost standing right on the goal line, maybe at like the 1 foot line.
Well,
We'll
it's
see where
Mike
he is.
Stone time.
Yep.
Mike Stone holds the record for a 99-yard touchdown pass, well, reception, thrown by who threw that fateful pass in Ashland High School?
Oh, was that Grady?
Grady Capabianco.
I thought
4:04 to go in the first quarter. Panthers 1st and 10 at the 1.
going in Ward offense. No, it's going to pass. Got him.
And he's wide open. Brian Gary to Ibbotson at the 50. Inside the 40-yard line. Holliston with a 60-yard completion.
I mean, Canton. That was Arvanitis, I believe, who threw that ball. It looked like they were throwing out of the War offense. But you know, it's funny. You can't. You can't simulate the speed of Holliston. You can't simulate it in practice. They got some fast kids on this Canton team, but 2 or 3 fast kids aren't going to be able to simulate what 20 kids who can run the under a 5-minute 40 can do, and that's just what happened there.
Game shift time. The ball's at the 37. Panthers 1st and 10 in Bulldog territory. Arvanitis looks. Oh, he's going to scramble. Ball's incomplete, out of bounds. So Carlos, was that Arvanitis to Ibbotson, or was that?
It did look like Arvanitis to Ibbotson.
Okay. Second down and 10 for the Panthers.
You know, it's funny with this offense. It's so multi-talented. There's so many different things to do. You know, they go out and they play Medfield in the first round of the playoffs, and they don't even throw one pass. They come out here tonight, and I think they've really only run the ball one time, right? Just the one Tristan Benson run.
2 receivers to both sides of the field. Benson, the lone back. Fake to Gimblett. Inside handoff to Radcliffe. And he's inside the 40-yard line.
A lot going on there. What you saw there was
30-yard line.
There's great faking by Arvanitis. And they went after 2 different people, and neither one of them had the ball.
Gain of 8, no flag. 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers.
See, they're at a point here. This is where a team, they feel comfortable. They feel this is the type of rhythm, this is the type of game they want to be in. They feel very comfortable, and I think they feel a lot more comfortable than Canton does right now.
3 receivers to Arvanitis' left. Benson, the lone back. Handoff to Benson. He reverses field. And a flag comes from the defensive backfield.
There's flags from all over the place there. And the problem is, you get in a situation where your running back reverses, and it's just where you end up being when that guy turns around and you go to block him. And let's see what they call here. No, I'm not sure. I didn't see where he ended up. But where he ended up, they might have even, if it was further back, they might even decline this. I'm not sure how far back he was tackled.
They're going to talk it over. The weird thing about the new rules is the infraction is from the spot of the foul.
Yep.
So the foul happened 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then you tack another 15 on top of that.
But see, this is what happens now when you get these penalties, and that's why you got to be very careful. And I know no one tries to have a penalty, but right now that's the only thing hurting this ball club. There's nothing offensively or defensively. The Canton is doing well. It's all everything that's being done well is being done by the Holliston offense and defense, and the penalties and the turnovers just kill you.
Yeah, penalty trouble for the Panthers early on. They've got 3 for 61 yards.
3 penalties for 61 yards. I don't think football was built on an average of 20 yards a penalty, Come on.
But they've also had some real big gainers, too, and they have in a position where they can do it again.
3rd and 30 here.
Arvanitis rolls left. Steps up. And
That
he's
should be a late hit.
pushed out of bounds.
So that'll bring the punting team out. 4th and long. 2:06 left to go in the first quarter. I mean, these trips down here, Holliston's had the 3 penalties and the interception. Other than that, they've just really, as I said earlier, they've outplayed Canton by a long shot.
60 yards on 3 penalties, and like you said, they've been moving the ball. Nice punt by Ryan. Going to be taken at the 30.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, and Christian Steelock comes out of nowhere with a great tackle at the 30-yard line.
Well, Christian, he sees a punt go up in the air. He figures, that's my ball. I'm going to go get it. And if this guy catches, I'm going to tackle him. Nicely played by Christian Schneelock. 1:58 left to go in the first quarter.
Steelock he's got 2 pick sixes for a touchdown this year. He's got 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown. 6 touchdowns on the season, 601 all-purpose yards. He's really come on this year. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Hagan pitches right. Fitzgerald up the sideline. And it looks like a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
1st down, and that's really one of the first decent plays that they've run right now.
Well, this has really been their bread and butter, has been Hagan, the quarterback. He's rushed for 800 yards, has 11 touchdowns, and Fitzgerald has 700 yards and 10 touchdowns. So it's those 2, number 5 and number 2, that have been carrying the bulk load of the handoff to number 22.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
He fights his way forward, close to another 1st down.
Boy, that was a really nice run, too. He just kept going and going, kept those feet pumping and leaning forward. That's what the running backs need to do, and he's got a 2nd down and about a long 1.
1:23, clock is running here in the first quarter, no score, but Canton is into Holliston territory with a 2nd down and short. Hagan picks the ball off the ground, and a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag comes down. This might be a hold.
Loss on the play for the Bulldogs.
This is something where because they had 2nd and short, they'll probably take this penalty.
Right.
Because otherwise it would be about a 3rd and about 5.
But in the old days, before the new rules, you used to understand where they were going to mark off 5, 10, 15 yards, something like, you knew where it was going to go. Now the question is, where is the spot of the foul? And actually, Holliston does decline the penalty.
That's very interesting.
That'll make it a 3rd down and 5.
Well, I guess the thought process here is if they don't make this 1st down, they'll have to punt. It's, from this situation, he wants to give them just 1 shot.
So 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Handoff to Fitzgerald.
Looks like he might.
I think he got it with the surge.
You think so? He looks like he might be short.
Lots of hands, except none of the referees are showing.
I think it might be 4th down. He's short of the line, so it'll be 4th
Fourth down.
So they'll go for this. And I hate these fourth and short when you.
4th and short at the 40-yard line.
I just hate it because, you know, everyone's trying to get in there to stop that thing, and so many things happen. That's the end of the first quarter.
And after the end of the first quarter, the score, Panthers nothing, Bulldogs nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. All right, second quarter, ball's on the 41, 4th and 1. A fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Panthers looking to make a big defensive stand here. I formation for Hagan, he's under center. Hands off to Fitzgerald's got the first down and more.
Yeah, see, that's why I say I really hate 4th and short. I hate having to defend it because so many times everybody comes in to make that stop and everybody kind of bunches up inside, and then somebody either breaks to the outside or breaks off tackle or something.
So the Bulldogs are inside the red zone, the Holliston red zone. Ball's on the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. T formation for the Bulldogs. Hagan in the middle, hands off to Fitzgerald. He's tackled after a gain of 6.
Kevin Lyons on the stop.
Kevin Lyons leading the Panthers with 51 tackles heading into this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a good one. You know, he gets out there and he's not only has a lot of tackles, he's a very sure tackler. He does a nice job.
So 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. T formation. Hagan hands off to Fitzgerald, but the Panthers have seen that play before. Connor Mulvaney sniffed that one out.
Yeah, and they throw him back for a loss of a couple yards.
So that'll bring up 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
Now, kind of interested to see what they do here because
3rd and 5.
They have a place kicker who we saw who was able to he was kicking at least 30-yard field goals here. So be interesting to see if whatever they run, they try and run to this side of the field. So if they don't get the first down, they'll be in field goal position.
Hagan with 1 back in the backfield. Fitzgerald to his right. Passes to the end zone, incomplete. So they didn't move hash marks, and it's 4th down and 5. Their kicker is number 3, Owen Lahane. He's got 5 field goals this season, and a 32-yarder is his longest one.
Flag on the field here. Let's see what this is.
Looks like they're talking to Kiley, and he's going to back him up.
Yeah. Must be a big one, and
Well,
it is.
This isn't Canton's specialty, is going for the long pass.
Now, he might have enough confidence, the coach for Canton in his running game to run this ball, although a lot of times you'll see somebody throw here, but
They put 3 receivers to the right. Hagan drops back to pass, and he's got a screen pass in the middle of the field, incomplete.
oh,
Panthers looked like they were all over that play.
yeah. And you know, smell that out right there is old number 51, David Harding. He was out there, and he he saw what was taking place, the screen setting up. They were letting our defensive line get in too easily, so he knew something was going to happen. He stayed back and was able to defend the screen pass.
So 4th and 19 for Canton.
It looks like they're going to kick. They're going to punt.
The ball's on the 26, so they can't go for a field goal.
No, they'll be punting from here, I believe. But you also got to be careful here. Watch for the paint.
They're going to call a timeout.
Yep.
And we'll take a break. All right, it's 4th down and 19. It looks like Canton has brought out their field goal kicker to attempt a 43-yard
A couple things.
attempt.
So, a couple things. Watch for the fake, number one, and number two. This is as good as a punt anyway. You might as well give it a try.
Lehane blocked and caught. Returned by Radcliffe. Teddy Radcliffe up the sideline, cuts back to the middle of the field. Lehane's the only one that can stop him. And Radcliffe gets it into Bulldog territory down to the 30-yard line with a great return.
What a great block. I didn't see who blocked that ball, but I have a guess who might do it, but I'm just not going to say it. But what a great job.
David Harding is the blocking machine.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was David. The other thing is, Radcliffe, he must have ran 150 yards and came all the way over here. And you can kind of see him kind of slow down, and you might catch a breath, and then went all the way across the other end of the field.
What a wild game.
What a change of events.
So the ball's on the Bulldog 32-yard line. It wasn't as good as a punt.
No, it wasn't. But
so the Panthers are in business here with 9:57 to go in the first half. No score.
But I did understand the thought process over there, and I thought it was a good decision by the Canton coaching staff to at least try that as opposed to punting.
Arvanitis, short drop, lets it go. Wide open. Oh, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Intended for Gimlet.
Trying to hit that strike.
Yeah, now you bring Christian Schneelock in here, another speedster, and you can do that again. You can do that again because these guys are going to be tired over there. Christian wasn't running. It was Mitch that was doing the running.
Right.
See if he tries this again.
They bring Gimlet out and Schneelock in. Second and 10 for the Panthers. Benson, the lone back, twin receivers to both sides of the field. Drop for Ivanitis, he looks to his left. Got some room. Touchdown, Panthers!
Schneelock.
Christian Schneelock! Well, that's what I told you. See, what happens is...
You called that one, Jay.
What happens is, that's pretty easy to see because they put their best cover man on Mitch Gimlet the last time and let him run deep. Okay, now he's out of the picture. He's winded. Then the number 9's down here, and Christian Schneelock, I mean, he can beat just about anybody, and he was wide open. And one other thing I want to tell you, that offensive line gave Arvanitis a lot of time. That was great blocking by that offensive line.
Mulvaney with the kick, it's up, and no good. So with 9:45 to go in the first half, Panthers are up 6-0. Matt Arvanitis with a 32-yard strike to Christian Schneelock. Schneelock's 7th touchdown of the season. And Arvanitis, that was his 17th touchdown. Oh, that was his 18th touchdown of the season. The 30th of his Panther career.
Wow. Well, nicely done, nicely designed play, and they played those defensive backs perfectly that way, and getting, and it's tough for a team, as I said, Holliston's got all that speed, but it's not just regular speed, they got exceptional speed, and they got a lot of kids that can do it, and very nicely done. This is a game that's featured almost all passing here by Holliston tonight.
Early on in the second quarter, Matt Arvanitis is 6 of 11 for 152 yards and a touchdown.
Last game, Matt Arvanitis moved to 2,620 all-time, 2,620 yards in his career, which is 4th all-time in the Panther list. This kick taken at the 10-yard line by Fitzgerald.
Nice
He
coverage.
works his way up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice coverage. Everyone held their lane, did a nice job. They didn't go for any fakes or anything else. And
I think that was Timothy Aylward on the tackle.
Tim Elway, he's having a great season too. So now it's back in the hands of the defense. 9:38 left to go in the first half.
So 1st and 10 for Canton. Fitzgerald tackled by Aylward, but he's forward for a gain of probably 4 or 5.
He's good. You know, I saw because Timmy got him almost in the backfield. He just came across, broke the line of scrimmage, and Timmy got him. Timmy's a big boy and pretty strong, and he took Timmy a little bit there.
A gain of 6. But the Panthers are on the board first. Hagan with the fake. Almost had him in the backfield.
And there's going to be a hold maybe here, unless it's a face mask down below. I didn't.
So no
Canton's
gain
backing
on the,
up, so I think that it's against them.
And so 2nd down and 4 turns into 2nd down.
14 probably.
Let's see where they mark it from. So they got to come over and tell the ref, tell Kylie where the penalty was.
Well, it's also got to tell him where the ball was, because this would be a 3rd and long if he declines this penalty. So he may decline this penalty where that ball is. Let's see what he does.
They're going to walk it off.
No, they're going to take it.
It's a holding penalty against Canton.
See, and like you said earlier, it's not that Canton can't pass the ball. It's just that they're more comfortable running the ball. And when you get in a 2nd and real long like this, you know, sometimes you got to put the ball up in the air.
It's just not what they do.
Right. The other thing is, too, you know, when you're playing against these corners, I mentioned it earlier before, you know, Schneelock and Gimlet, these corners can play man-to-man.
Hagan, the ball's on the ground. Looks like he tried to read a run-pass option right there. And the exchange was not good. So that brings up 3rd down and 15.
So now this is where Coach Athey, he's going to get pretty aggressive right here, and he might send some guys.
Two receivers to both sides of the field for Canton. Hagan back to pass, rolls right, and caught.
Wow.
And enough for a Bulldog 1st down.
They almost got him back there, the quarterback, Hagan there. He did a nice job, and I thought when the ball was thrown, I thought it was thrown out of bounds, but they got the 1st down.
Right at midfield, actually into Panther territory at the 49-yard line. 7:37 clock running. Panthers up 6-0. 1st and 10, Canton.
Wow.
Oh,
touchdown
saving tackle there. Right. That was Sean Keast. As Fitzgerald got loose in the middle of the line there.
Well, what happened that kind of upset the defense's timing there is the ball was snapped so low that everything somehow just opened up in the middle.
There's been a few low snaps on this possession. There's another one.
Hagan to Fitzgerald. He's forward for a gain of 6.
Now they're going to hurry up offense.
Getting some momentum going with number 2.
Oh, they're going to snap it, and there's going to be too many men on the field. And I don't think they called it. That's interesting.
Well, Johnny Hagan thought he was Tom Brady there by snapping the ball quickly.
Well, it was a good move.
But he didn't get the call.
Well, I don't know. They're talking it over. He might get this call. They're talking it over now. Nope.
No.
Oh, wow.
So 2nd down and 5. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that's a break.
Ball's at the 24-yard line. Clock running with 6:01 to go in the first half.
That's a break for Holliston right there. 3rd down, 5:50 left, a half.
Got 3 receivers to Hagan's right. He rolls to the left, caught from behind. Tries to reach forward, but he did not get the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, it's one of these 4th and short again, inside about 4th and about 2 feet. One thing you're going to have to do now, make sure you contain on both sides of the line. Make sure you're containing. Don't let them to the outside at all. Make them have to come up through the middle.
All right, 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs. I formation. And caught!
I think he got it.
I don't know. Let's take a look at the spot.
First down.
Yep.
Barely.
They just needed to get to the 14.
So 1st down for Canton, but not by much.
Clock keeps rolling here, 4:40, 4:41, 4:38.
Fast moving first half.
Yeah, very fast moving.
Hagan hands off to Fitzgerald.
Whoa.
No gain on the play.
Harding and Aylward in on those tackles.
So 2nd down and 10.
4 minutes left to go in the first half. He likes to throw, I think, in this kind of situation.
Hagan hands off to Fitzgerald.
Nothing. Maybe 2.
Connor Mulvaney on the stop. Got him right as he was crossing the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Clock continues to roll.
Yeah, I was surprised there. I thought the tendency kind of looked like he might have wanted to pass on that 2nd down. Let's see if he does it here.
Well, they spread it out with 3 receivers to the right. Hagan rolls right. Fires in the end zone. Whoa! Christian Sneelock went sky high to knock that ball down. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's up. He's up. There's going to be a flag on the play, too, here.
All right, we're going to take a timeout on the field, and we'll take a quick break. All right, players back up, and it is 4th down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Ball's at the 11-yard line, 3:01 to go. Now, will they attempt another field goal?
Well,
there?
now this is makeable for him. We saw him kicking this far in the warm-ups tonight. Let's see if they go for this and go for the 3 and try and get the score. Remember, they're going to get the ball at the beginning of the second half, so maybe they want us to go back-to-back. But
looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, looks like they are. The other thing you want to do if you're Holliston, don't jump.
2 receivers to both sides of the field. Hagan and Fitzgerald in the backfield. Fitzgerald, motion to the right. Hagan over the middle. Incomplete! And so for the second time tonight, the Panthers hold on downs. And Canton turns it over to Holliston.
What a great game. This is
2:56 to go in the first half.
up and down, back and forth, and you know, a couple penalties are playing in both sides. The turnovers, the block kicks, is everything. Everything you want to see in a football game. And now Holliston gets the ball, and this is their specialty. We've seen this for how many years now, Tom? 250 something left in the half.
Too much time. Lots of time on the clock for the Panthers.
I don't think they've taken a timeout either, so I think they might have all three of their timeouts. I know that Canton has taken at least one. Actually, Canton may have taken two.
So Arvanitis with Benson to his lone as the lone back. Twin receivers to both sides of the formation. Pass intended for Gary, incomplete.
Now the other thing you do have to remember too, if you're looking at this offense, is that those plays are stopping the clock.
Right.
So a couple of those plays, if you don't get a first down, you're going to need a real good punt to keep Canton out of scoring position.
Second down and 10 for the Panthers. Arvanitis in trouble, back in his own end zone. Throws it incomplete. Intended for Gary. So the clock is stopped with 2:44 to go. And that'll bring up a third down and 10.
They got a lot of speed. They bring in their Canton brings in their smaller, quicker team. 3 or 4 of the bigger guys go out the field. This might be a shot where you might want to try a screen pass, or maybe even a run.
You called it last time. Arvanitis looks right, fires, complete, and a flag on the play.
Now,
Topher Ryan with the catch, but that flag.
Now, what you got to remember is it's not an automatic first down. This is not an automatic first down. The ball has to, when the penalty is stepped off, it has to go beyond the
line to gain.
The line of gain.
Well, it's got to be a first down because it's got to be a 10-yard penalty.
There it is.
And it's actually 15 yards.
Yeah, it's a.
I thought the penalties were 20 yards a game. Right? Didn't Holliston have 3 for 60? That's 20 yards.
That's probably personal foul penalty there.
So anyway, catch by Topher Ryan and a penalty on the play. It's first down and 10. Ball's at the 26-yard line now.
Now
2:39 to go.
Right, now you can come to the outside a little bit. Use your outside game. You can march down the field and get out of bounds and stop that clock.
2 receivers to both sides of the formation. Benson alone back. Arvanitis looks right, fires, incomplete.
Whoa, he's all over him.
That's a lot of contact.
Wow. Wow, that is a lot of contact. And the thing is, too, these kids are so fast for Holliston that without that contact sometimes, they can make a catch that these refs think they might not be able to make. So that wasn't like it was an uncatchable ball.
Second down and 10 for Holliston. Coach Kiley signals in the play.
It's interesting. They're passing so much. At some point, you think they get a chance to get the ball in Tristan Benson's hand, or Ibbetson's hand for running, and get a play that way, get some yardage.
Oh boy!
Arvanitis and the ball's loose. Touchdown! Bulldogs.
Well,
a scoop and score for number 44. 2:26 to go in the half, and the Bulldogs have tied up this game.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. You got to play a clean game. It's the turnovers and it's the penalties that have really hurt Holliston tonight. 6-6. Now, the other thing is, too, they got a good place kicker here. See if he makes it. But there's plenty of time left, and Holliston's going to get a chance to return the kickoff, too.
Low snap. Strong kick is good. And so Canton's up 7-6.
Now, I want to see if Christian Sneelock's going to be out there on the return team with Gimlet. Because we saw this happen in Ashland. Oh, yeah, Christian's out there. We saw this happen in Ashland, too, and what did Holliston do? Come right down and took a kickoff and ran it all the way back.
Well, it's an unfortunate turn for the Panthers, but this is the kind of game it is. You know, they just stopped Canton on downs, and then.
Well, Holliston was really outplaying Canton in all phases of the game, except for some turnovers and some penalties, and then Canton's defense came in and was able to get the sack, and the ball falls out of the quarterback's hands, and they were able to score. And that's what good defenses do. But this half is not over yet by any stretch of imagination with 2:28, is it? 2:28? 2:26. 2:26 left.
So Gimblin and Schneelock back to receive the kick.
I mean, this kicker is really good kicker.
Sometimes
in this situation, Tom,
intermediate receivers.
Sometimes this situation, I would look for an onside kick, but this kid can kick the ball pretty deep.
Lets it go. Comes down at the 5-yard line, taken by Gimblin. Gets to the outside and gets away across the 30, almost the 35-yard line.
And he got some good blocking down there. It would look like especially Keaston Ibbotson. Nice block that released him, and he was able to get another 10 or 15 yards on that. So 2:19 left to go, first half. (7-6), Holliston down just by 1. I'll tell you, Tom, I'm impressed with the defense. I think this Canton defense is really pretty good. I mean, Holliston has beat them, somewhat consistently, but they haven't let down at all. They keep bouncing back.
Two receivers to the right, and Ratcliffe and Topher Ryan, or Gary and Topher Ryan. Arvanitis looks to his left, pumps, incomplete, intended for Schneelock.
Very good. It's interesting what Matt Arvanitis did there is before the ball was snapped to him, he actually looked off the corners. What he did was he looked to the other side and gave a hand signal over to the other side of the field over there, and everyone kind of not shifted that way, was kind of focused that way, and then he gave the pump fake to get Christian Schneelock down there, and just wasn't able to finish it off.
Second down and 10.
See, the other thing is here with all these wideouts, if the wideouts can take the guys out of the field, you've got a great running back there who can catch a ball in the flat, and he'll be able to run a long way.
Arvanitis back, fires down the middle of the field. Mitch Gimblin, incomplete, just off his fingertips.
That was a nice pass by Matt Arvanitis. Beautifully lofted, and I think Mitch just kind of thought it was maybe going to be coming over his other shoulder.
Second down, or this will be third down and 10 for Holliston.
2:07 left to go. The blitz, it looks like they're gonna be coming with a blitz here. Nope, they back out of it.
Arvanitis rolls right, got some room, fires, incomplete. Intended for Gimblett. That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down, and there's 2 minutes left to go here. And Holliston in a punt situation.
Two minutes to go. Topher Ryan back to punt for the Holliston. Just gets it away. Fair catch called for, and takes a Panther bounce.
Wow.
All the way inside the 20 to the 15-yard line.
They
With a
needed
minute
that.
46, Canton will be 1st and 10, deep in their own territory.
They really needed a good punt, and they needed a good punt with a nice roll, and Topher Ryan got that for him. Nicely done by the senior. .146 left to go. Let's see how they play this out now. Probably running the ball, I guess. You know, maybe. I don't know if they're going to try and take one shot downfield, maybe.
Hagan with Fitzgerald to his left, 2 receivers to both sides. Low snap. Hagan takes it himself. Stopped by the Panthers after a short gain. Timeout on the field.
Yeah.
Looks like going to be Canton, so we'll take a quick break. All right, so a minute 37 left in the half. 2nd down and 9 for Canton. It was actually Holliston that took that timeout to stop the clock.
They've been having some problems with the snaps, too. That's another low snap that quarterback got in the last play.
3 receivers to Hagan's left, and he rolls left. Panthers chase him down on the far sideline.
But he stays in bounds to keep the clock running, and now Holliston's going to call another timeout. So we will take a timeout, too.
All right, so a minute 26 to go. We've got a 3rd down and 8 for Canton.
Yeah, we got a chess match going here, Carlos and Tom, and let's see if they just want to run the ball out and kick it away.
Red Sea comes alive on 3rd down.
Hagan rolls right, or rolls to his left.
Stacked up at the line.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
And another timeout for Holliston.
Aylward first on the stop.
That's Holliston's 3rd and final timeout of the half, and we'll take a timeout, too, with 1:18 remaining.
All right, at minute 18, 4th down and 2.
Canton has been 1 of 3 on 4th down so far tonight.
Well, this will definitely be a punt.
Back to receive the kick. Schneelock's at the 45-yard line.
Tricky bounce.
Schneelock takes it at the 30. And he's got it across midfield.
He is so good. He's just a highlight film every time he touches that ball.
He must grease his uniform.
He does something.
And there's a penalty against Canton.
Yeah, there might have been some chirping down there, and now he pushes the referee. This is going to cost him probably at least 10 or 15 yards right here. You know, you can't chirp down there. You gotta, especially you get in these games, you know, and these refs they want to
unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs.
That's a big penalty. Because now you can take your shots down the field. I'm surprised.
Nobody's wearing shots tonight.
I'm surprised on Hayes. I'm surprised he's still in the game. He came out and the referee had to push him away. That's a big, costly penalty. And that's why saving those timeouts is so important. That Holliston's able to use those 3 timeouts. Now you got the ball. You're in control of the ball.
Mark it.
You're in control of the ball here, so now you can control the clock by throwing, ball to the outside.
They're going to put the ball at the 32-yard line of Canton. Gary and Ryan to the left. Ratcliffe and Gimblett to the right of the formation.
The safeties.
Benson the lone back.
And the safeties are split there. So, again, you got your tight end that can come through here or your running back.
Arvanitis with a short drop, fires.
Oh.
Incomplete. Almost a great catch by Ryan, one-hander. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. 55 seconds left in the half.
What you saw now was that whole right side of the field, the way it was out, that was wide open. Now, they're keeping Tristan Benson in to help with the blocking, which is a smart move. You know, you don't want to get a sack here. But if he could float out into that flat, there's nobody out there.
Well, I'm sure Coach Kiley has noted that. Empty backfield this time. 3 receivers to the right. Arvanitis rolls right. Fires, complete. That was Mitch Gimblett, number 24.
That's a first down. That clock should be stopped, and it is. Okay.
Panthers quick to the line. 45 seconds to go. Arvanitis to his left. Complete by Brian. Catch by Brian Gary.
Clock running, 29-28. This is a second and short, about 2 yards.
Clock's running with 22 seconds to go. Incomplete, stops the clock. 2nd down and 10 with 16 seconds to go.
So you're at a point, Tom, right here. You either got to go to the sidelines and step out of bounds, or you got to go into the end zone. You got 2 shots at this. 3rd down now. Now, if you can get maybe a little bit closer, or if you feel that you want to be out a little bit more and give your receivers a little more space out here, this is when you might want to go down to the goal line.
So 3rd down and 2. 16 seconds to go. Ball's on the 12.
Timeout.
And Canton's going to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout. All right, so 2nd down and 2. 16 seconds left. Theoretically, Holliston has 2 shots in the end zone here.
Well, they have plenty of time for 2 shots in the end zone.
Arvanitis empty backfield, fires, far corner. Topher Ryan with the catch. He's out of bounds.
Wow, but he was just out of bounds. That was a lot closer than it looked.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 4th down and 2. 4th and 2. And 10 seconds on the clock.
Now, theoretically, what's supposed to happen here is when you get that first down, the clock is supposed to stop.
That's right.
Coach Kiley is sending out his kicking team.
Or fake.
Connor Mulvaney will line up. Ball's down at the 20-yard line. This will be a 30-yarder, and we've got a timeout, Canton.
Try to ice the kicker.
Yeah. You're right, Charles. You're trying to ice him. And, well, 2 things. First of all, it's probably iced as it is. It's kind of cold out here, but.
So we'll take a timeout, too. So we got 10 seconds left. 4th down and 2. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Brian Gary's going to spot it at the 20. This will be a 30-yard attempt by Connor Mulvaney. Snap, kicked by Mulvaney is no good.
Just short.
So Holliston with another chance inside the red zone comes up short. We've got 6 seconds left on the clock for Canton. Let's see if they'll try a Hail Mary or just kneel on the ball.
Well, there's no timeouts for Holliston, so my guess is you're going to get the ball at the second half. You got a good defense. You're finally, playing pretty well defensively. I'm thinking they'll just kneel down here.
Yep. They put Fitzgerald back in the safety formation, and Hagan takes a knee, and that'll do it in the first half. Canton Bulldogs 7, Holliston Panthers 6. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. All right, we're back for the second half. Bulldogs 7, Panthers 6. And Panthers defense really dominated the Bulldogs. Panther offense, couple of drives into the red zone, but came up empty, and that's kind of the story here tonight.
Yeah, it's been turnovers and penalties, and that's really what's hurt not only Holliston, but some big penalties hurt Canton too tonight. So we'll see if Holliston can the defense make another stop here, and then from there get the ball back and get that offense back in gear.
Nick Cotting tees the ball up for the second half kick.
A lot of speed on this. You look down the line there on this kickoff teams.
Referee waves his arm, and we're underway. Ball scoots up to the 20-yard line. Short return, good coverage by the Panthers.
All right, so now you got to establish yourself, Tom. You had a great first half. You got to try and see if you can get a stop here so you can get some good field position for that offense.
1st and 10 for Canton at their own 25-yard line. Canton wasn't successful really passing the ball. Holliston wasn't really successful running the ball,
right.
So.
Yeah, only 30 yards of offense passing for Canton.
Hagan into the flat behind number 22, incomplete.
And that's
wow.
not going to help.
That was forward, right? I guess it was. I saw the ref. The ref did not blow the whistle, and they just stood there. So I thought maybe it might.
Well, ever since Jim Thorpe invented the forward pass for the Canton Bulldogs.
Jim Thorpe.
I did look it up, and he did play for he coached for them. He was a player coach, Olympian. Also played baseball, too.
Great Olympian. He did play baseball. I think he played baseball on the same team once as Grump Walker from Ashland.
Oh, my gosh.
I think he did. Yeah, I'm serious.
Second down and 13. Loss on the play.
I think they called that a backwards pass, which is why they lost yardage on it.
Yeah,
okay.
I do too, because I thought they didn't blow the whistle.
Thank you for checking with New York on that call.
But I don't know why Holliston just didn't pick it up and take it into the end zone just for the heck of it and see what happens. So 3rd and long now with.
So 3rd down and 11 for Canton as we start the second half. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Hagan with Fitzgerald to his left, looks left, fires deep, incomplete, covered by Keast. And Canton will be forced to punt.
Okay, so that's what we wanted them to do. We wanted to come out, we wanted the defense to hold and get this offense some good field position. Now you get a shot with Andrew. Andrew. I keep wanting to call him Andrew Christian Sneelock.
Oh my gosh, you're going to get in a heap of trouble with him.
I know. That's just tonight too. I don't know why he started doing it tonight. 10:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Sneelock back to receive the kick. Low snap. Not a good kick off the side of his foot.
Holliston's got to get out of there. They got to get out of there.
He doesn't know where it is, but it's going to roll out of bounds at the Canton 40-yard line. Holliston's going to have excellent field position.
Now you got to attack. See, now you got to come out with an aggressive attitude on offense, and you got to really attack. And it wouldn't be bad to try and establish a run here a little bit either.
Well, this locker room was full of adjustments. Adjustments from Canton, adjustments for the Panthers. Let's see which ones are going to work. Holliston sends Topher Ryan tight to the right, 3 receivers tight to the left. Arvanitis with Benson in the backfield. Handoff to Benson to the wide side of the field. Beats his man. He's got a first down and more.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Tom. You got to get aggressive. You got to get in there, and you got to get a little smash mouth there. Get them thinking a little bit. Those backers and safeties. They're playing a pass 100% of the time. Now you got to think about it a little bit. And maybe you hesitate a bit. Maybe that's just the one step that these speedy Holliston receivers need to get deep.
Panthers creeping towards the red zone. The ball's marked at the 28-yard line. Thank you, Luce. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Arvanitis fakes it himself. He doesn't fake it to himself. He takes it himself. Got a nice little gain, 4 yards. Be second down and 6.
Giving themselves that right side of the field now to work.
So Holliston's made their adjustments, and now they're running the ball. 9:36, clock is running here in the third quarter. The 3 amigos to the left of the formation. Gimblett in motion. Arvanitis turns around to Benson. Benson up the left sideline, breaks a tackle, and is pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
See, the other thing you do when you do that is you give that offensive line a chance to come out and hit. That offensive line, they want to hit. They don't want to just lay back. And they'll pass protect if they have to, but it gives them that opportunity. And now you've added a whole nother dimension to this offense. And now, by not being one-dimensional, you get that defense thinking a little bit. The worst thing a defender can do is to be out there thinking.
Well, Holliston on the attack here. 3 plays, and they're inside the 5. Let's see exactly where the ball's marked.
Should be right at the 5.
Okay, at the 5. I thought they were inside that. Holliston lines up for war. Ibbotson on the left wing. Benson on the right wing. Arvanitis pitches it to Benson, who cuts back. Touchdown, Panthers!
That's all you got to do is attack. That's what you got to do. You can't take yourself out of that mode. You want to come in here and just really do the job. Now you go for 2 right here, and you get that, and you're in good shape.
Tristan Benson with a 5-yard touchdown run has put the Panthers in the lead, 12-7, with 8:55 left in the third quarter.
This might be a very important play in this ball game.
And Holliston's going to go for 2. They're going to line up in war again. Ibbotson on the left wing, Benson on the right. Turn around, pitch to Benson, cuts it in. Nice push behind Ryan Burchard. 2 points for the Panthers.
Well, big, strong Ryan Burchard, he's out there, and he's just pushing and doing a great job.
All that work in the weight room paying off with a big 2-point conversion by the Panthers. And this Red Sea crowd is excited. 14-7 Panthers with 8:55 to go in the third quarter.
Okay, so
that's the way they wrote it up in the locker room.
Right, and that's what I told you when they came out here. That's what they have to come out. They have to have a stop. They have to get good field position, and then the offense has to take over and to get aggressive. Now you come back, and now you play your game. You gotta don't let up on anything. You gotta just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. This special teams and defense have got to do their job now.
For Benson, that was his 11th touchdown of the season and the 30th of his Panther career.
And you go in that first half, when you're at the end of the first half, you're thinking, well, we can't let them score, because you get the ball in the second half. Well, they got the ball in the second half and nothing happened. And now that's out of play.
Nick Cotting with the kick, drives it up the middle. Taken at the 20-yard line by Fitzgerald, and he's stopped about the 30-yard line.
Now you got to be sure here, and the other thing you want to do is don't let the highs get too high. You don't want the lows to get low, but you don't want the highs to get too high now either. You want to come in here and you got to keep playing that defense as solid as you've been playing this whole game. This defense, no one has scored on this defense yet tonight for Holliston. .8:49 left to go in the third quarter.
All the scoring in this.
And we got something.
In this game's been Matt Arvanitis connecting on for the 32-yard strike to Christian Sneelock. And a scoop and score by the Canton defense. And Benson answering from 5 yards out. 1st and 10 for Canton. Hagan tries to bounce it outside. And Lyons and Alward got him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, what happened there was he was okay. He was right. He went right to the line of scrimmage, but then he didn't get tackled, so he spun outside, and Holliston was right there waiting for him.
Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 14.
These next 2 plays, Tom, if they can hold them here and get the ball back, this is going to be very, very important for Holliston to keep this momentum going. So these are 2 big plays.
2 receivers to both sides of the field. Spread formation for Hagan. Fakes to Fitzgerald and puts it up top. Incomplete. Sean Keese with the coverage.
One thing that I've noticed when he does a quarterback, when he throws it's not a bad ball. He throws it, but he's always way out in front of his receivers. So that's just a timing issue. Now, what could be happening on that is Holliston could be holding him up at the line a little bit, and if they're doing that, then that's exactly what you want to do. So now with this 3rd down, now you've got some opportunities to really get aggressive.
Well, he's only thrown 100 passes coming into this game. Could be an experience. They've run the ball over everybody else. Hagan with the empty backfield.
Holliston just called a timeout.
And Holliston snuck a timeout before the ball was snapped, so we'll take a timeout too.
Okay, see,
All right, 7:57 left in the 3rd quarter. An important 3rd down and 14 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Coach Kiley and Coach Athley knows this is important. This is really big part of this ball game right here. That's why they wanted the timeout, to make sure everyone's in position.
Fitzgerald moves to the left side of the formation. Hagan empty backfield. Puts it down the middle. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Fitzgerald.
I'll tell you, Fitzgerald, they did a nice job there. He almost made an incredible catch. That was really, he got both hands on that ball. He was out straight, like sometimes a shortstop would do, going after a ball. Did a nice job there, but he just wasn't quite able to hold on the ball. And now this exciting special teams gets another shot here with Schneelock back in the to receive the punt.
High snap taken by the punter. Good kick.
That might have hit a Holliston man if it.
He hit a green helmet, I thought. But Holliston was right there. It's Holliston ball. So a bit of a scare there, but Holliston recovers.
Holliston ball, 7:39 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And now, see, the other thing now is you've established the run, right? So now you can come out and use the run.
You have 5 plays by the Panthers, put them in the end zone.
So you can establish that the run is going to help you, get the ball downfield, you up a little bit of the clock, and it also gives that defense a little, as I said earlier, the questionable thing. You want your defenders to be able to react, not just be out there thinking. You guys thinking, you get a little. Sometimes that's when you make mistakes.
Holliston lines up for war. Ibbotson and Benson on the wings. Pitch to Ibbotson. Tries that right side, picks up a couple.
That's the run. The run is something you got to establish. You can't. You got to be committed to it a little bit. You can't just, get a couple runs, a couple good ones, or maybe a couple bad ones, and change either way. This is something they know they can do, and they know they can do it well in this War offense. Still got Brian Gary in there under the center.
No,
right?
Is Arvanitis
is that Arvanitis?
there.
Okay,
Yep.
So now you can throw out of this formation too. Look at that defense. You can throw into this formation.
Pitch to Benson. Benson around the left side. He's got some green. All the way inside the 40-yard line. What a run by Tristan Benson.
I talked about this earlier. You can't simulate that in practice, and that's the thing, The other thing is, Tom, to be honest with you, because they didn't run the whole first half, you got fresh legs out there. And that's a big help, too, for Holliston.
Benson's always got fresh legs. I've never seen him exhausted. Really, he's a workhorse. Closing in on 1,000 yards for the season.
75 yards on 6 carries tonight for Tristan Benson.
He's just 2 yards shy of 1,000. Thank you, Carlos. But never mind the records. That was a big first down for Holliston. Arvanitis pitches to number 21. Falls forward for a couple of yards.
2 yards.
And that does put him over the 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, that's almost 3 yards there, right?
Yeah. I think it's 2 right on the dot.
They got
and that puts he's over 2,000 yards for his Panther career.
They've got Canton, that Canton defense kind of thinking, kind of a little back on their heels now a little bit.
Holliston's runs 6 times in a row, 7 times in a row. And up to Schneelock on the right side. He's dancing. Dances to the outside.
That's coming back, though.
Yeah, that.
Schneelock holds the record for the most callback yards on the season.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see.
He has the great, I think he had a pick 6 called back. I know he had a punt return or a kickoff return.
Holding on Holliston.
You think they'll accept the penalty?
Yeah.
Nice job of stringing that play out.
See, but
So they'll back it up to make it 2nd down and 15.
We'll see if
Holliston.
See if they go to the spread or if they stay in war here.
I think they're going to spread it out with the personnel they've got on the field. Three amigos, I call it, to the right side of the formation. Gimblett in motion, handoff to Benson off the right side, and he's got back all the yardage and more. Pushed out of bounds with more than a shove. Let's see, a big gain there is going to put him close to another Panther first down.
They're very close. They're certainly in 4 down territory, if nothing else. 4:31.
3rd and 4 for Holliston. Clock running with 4:31. You said.
Yeah. 4:31 left in the 3rd quarter.
Maybe I should listen to what you say. Yeah. Okay.
You'd be the first one. Watch the quick pass to the tight end too over here. That's available.
Gimblett in motion. Pump fake by Arvanitis going deep. Gimblett! And incomplete. Just couldn't haul it in.
I'll tell you what, that was great coverage. I mean, that was great coverage. That was very well done by the Canton player there.
No, good closure by number 24 on Canton.
I mean, everything worked well. The line blocked. Matt threw a nice pass. Mitch was right there to make the catch for that. That's just great coverage. You got to tip your hat sometimes.
Right.
So it's 4th down here. And
fourth and 4.
Big 4th down here for Canton. Because if Holliston gets his first down and keeps this march going, they're going to be getting pretty close to the red zone.
Let's see what Coach Kiley dials up. He's got 2 receivers to both sides of the formation. Benson the lone back. Ryan in motion. And it's incomplete. And that'll turn it over to Canton on downs, giving them good field position at their own 32. Coach Kiley got a lot of faith in his defense at this point in the game.
Well, there's no reason not to. They've just been playing lights out. They've done a good job, and like I said, no one has scored on them yet tonight. 14-7, of course, the lone score being a fumble, scoop, and score by Canton.
Canton with Fitzgerald to his left, fakes it to him, tries to take it himself. Nowhere to run.
He's met immediately by Aylward in the backfield.
You know, they've run that play now 3 or 4 times in this half, and I'm not quite sure what.
Because it's been successful all season long.
Yeah, evidently.
I mean, their bread and butter has been number 2 and number 5, Hagan and Fitzgerald. All season it's worked 9-0. But it's not working tonight. They got to dial up something else against this Panther defense, which is really shutting them down.
I wish they'd throw over to this side a little bit and let Christian Schneelock get a hold of the ball.
I think they've seen enough of number 11. Hagan rolls to his left, cuts back, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, cuts it back to the middle of the field.
Blocking the back, that's coming back.
Now the flags fly.
Yep, that's coming back. That's the problem with those kind of plays, you know.
Now, can you blame a running back for
Nope,
creating
you can't.
too
Nope.
much time?
You can't, no.
So that was 2nd down and 10. They're going to back them up 10 from that spot. They'll actually get a gain of 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Let's see, the 2nd down and 7, call it.
Clock still running. 3:10 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
So Canton spreads it out with 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Fake to Fitzgerald. Hagan over the middle, complete to number 84. Looks like he's got enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, he does 1st down. In that time, he threw the ball shorter. See, maybe he has more control of the ball when he throws it shorter. Clock continues to roll. 2.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
First and 10 at their own 45 for Canton. Low snap, Hagan with trouble. Gets away from a tackler. Gets away from another one. Now he tries to back up and the Panthers catch him for a loss. Number 5's very elusive, but got away from a couple of tackles, but the Panthers got him for a loss on that play.
He is elusive, and that's why I was questioning before why he was just trying to go right up the middle, because when he gets the ball, when he runs to the outside, he can do a lot of different things.
That was the old fake low snap play, scramble.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll call that one again. 2nd and 12 on the after the loss. Hagan comes back to the huddle.
Time marches on here. There'll be 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the third. This ball will be snapped.
Hand off to number 22 on the jet play, and he is hit.
That was great. Great
job. Good coverage by the Panthers. Big loss on 2nd down.
I didn't see who strung that, but whoever job it was to contain over there did a nice job. He came in, cut in, and
it was number 22, Ibbotson, that came up. Make that initial hit. Drove him back.
That was excellent job.
Big loss on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and almost 20. 18. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 18. 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And now you got it. You can once again you can be aggressive, but you must contain the outside. You must contain the outside like you did on that last play.
Empty backfield. Hagan.
No, this is coming back no matter what happens.
Fitzgerald with the catch.
No, this
tackled
is coming
by Sneelock.
This is coming back. This is coming back. There's a hold back there.
And so, after converting on the 3rd down, holding against the Bulldogs, going to turn this into a 3rd down and 28. That's the second time that play has been successful to, or almost successful to Fitzgerald.
But you got to remember, you got the big penalty, and that's a big penalty for Canton.
Oh my gosh, what a penalty that was. They're going to let the clock run down. That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Holliston takes the lead on the Tristan Benson touchdown, 14-7. We'll be back with 4th quarter action in just a moment. All right, 4th quarter starts with 3rd down and 35 for the Bulldogs.
Well, you can go 2 ways here, the coaching staff. You can be aggressive and really come at them, or you can kind of lay back, give up 5 or 10 yards, and make them punt. See how Holliston, how they play this out.
Fitzgerald moves to the slot. Hagan on the draw, up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short.
Well shot. So it'll be 4th and 20.
And so Canton will be forced to punt for the 2nd time here in the 2nd half.
Once again, Christian Sneelock back to receive the kick.
Low kick. Sneelock takes it on a bounce at the 25. He gets a 5-yard return to the 30. And that's where the Panthers will start, 1st and 10 with 11:08 left in the 4th quarter.
Okay, you got to keep attacking right here, Tom. In Los, you got to keep going.
Holliston offense has really found its groove. They're at 265 yards on the night.
See, they're putting some dents in this defense too. Even though they only scored 14 points. As you said, Los, 265 yards in three quarters is a lot more than probably this team has given up in any game.
Right. So Holliston comes out on the spread. They put 2 receivers to Arvanitis' left, Benson the lone back. Arvanitis puts Ratcliffe in motion. Handoff to Benson. Benson reading the left side, or right side. Short gain. Second down and 9 for the Panthers.
Benson comes out for a breather and replaced by Dylan Ibbotson. That's not too bad, huh? You take a back like Tristan Benson, you pull him out, and that's all you get to put back there is the great Dylan Ibbotson.
They've been a
there.
great tandem.
They really have. They've
Last
been
2
something.
seasons.
They have been something.
Arvanitis with the fake, and he is sacked. Number 32.
Didn't quite see what happened there, but there's definitely a breakdown.
Right after the fake, he didn't have much time. He didn't have any time.
No. Clock is rolling. There's 9:45 left to go in regulation. 14-7, Holliston in the lead. 3rd and long.
Holliston puts 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Arvanitis short drop, steps up. Incomplete. And we got a flag on the play.
It's going to be pass interference on someone. Now, whether it's defense or offense, that's the question.
Well, the defender got up pointing at the Panther player.
The
They're not talking to Coach Kiley. And they're going to take.
Be offensive.
Are they going to take the penalty? I would decline this penalty if I was them.
So pass interference against the Panthers is going to be declined and bring up a 4th down and long for Holliston. So they'll be forced to punt. 9:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. Panthers leading by 7. Nice high kicked by Ryan. Doesn't really take any kind of a bounce.
Nope.
Going to be downed at the 44-yard line. First down for Canton.
Now, once again, you're asking your defense to hold Canton here with 9:13 left to go in regulation here. This has really settled down into a defensive football game, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a good game.
Hagan with the handoff to Fitzgerald, but he's pushed back. No gain. Or gain of 1. Second down and 9.
Kevin Lyons at the bottom of that pile.
Kevin Lyons has been at the bottom of a lot of defensive piles this year. He's just really done a great job. Once again, clock rolling. We'll try and keep the clock up to date on the clock. It's 8:35 left to go in regulation now.
Hagan looks to his right. Whoa! Almost picked off.
Who was that?
16.
Stanwood, number 16, almost had a pick. So they're starting to get the timing on these patterns a little bit. Be 3rd down and 9 for Canton.
So now, once again, you know, you're in a position where the 3rd and long, you can be very aggressive. You can send in some blitzes if you want, but once again, I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it until this game's over. You must contain. You cannot let the running backs and the quarterback get outside.
3 receivers to Hagen's right. He looks right, dodges back left, and connects.
Did not make the first down, so this will be an interesting call here for
Probably
Canton.
go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, that's 4th down and less than 1.
Clock continues to run now. 8 minutes left to go in the regulation here. As I said earlier, I really hate these plays. I hate these. So many times you see the 4th and short, and it bunches up, and somebody gets outside.
So I formation, Hagen under center. Goes to the Fitzgerald, and he's got the first down. So Canton creeps into Panther territory with the ball on the Holliston 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Hagen tripped up after a short gain. Gain of 3.
7-minute mark now. 7 minutes left to go.
And the wind is starting to pick up just a little bit in the second half.
Thank you, Bruce Schwigler. Oh, Don Kent, sorry. 2nd down and 7.
Fumble!
Oh, the ground's good down! Number 51, David Harding with the fumble recovery, and Canton turns it over.
Well, who else? Who else? Who else?
What a break for the Panthers right there. First down with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
All year he's been doing this. All year he's been breaking through that line. All year he's been putting himself in the position to put pressure on the passers, on the quarterbacks, on the punters. And it paid off big here now for Holliston. But it's nowhere near over yet. There's still a lot of time, and I believe Canton still has all 3 timeouts. So you got to get a few first downs here. Holliston goes to war.
Pitch to Benson off the left side. Bounces off a tackler. Got a first down until he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Benson goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the season with authority.
Well, so much that running game makes such a big difference. Let's see.
Well, Holliston struck a blow right there after the turnover, the big first down.
Well, a lot of this was coming out with a mindset into the second half that we're going to run the ball and we're going to use some power offense. We're going to get physical, and that's what they've been doing.
Inside handoff to Emmons. He's forward for a couple to the 35-yard line.
That was actually a nice play. You know, they've been waiting, watching Tristan Benson, and to try and to challenge the middle of that line. That line, if they must have seen a split somewhere in that line, and if Dylan could have got in there and got into that split, he'd be gone. There was no one in that defensive backfield. 5:45 left to go in this game.
Benson, left side. He doesn't ever come down, it doesn't seem. Keeps the legs pumping. Short gain. Let's see, that's going to be 3rd down and probably 8.
So you get this now. This is again, you're getting to part of the game now where these downs are really, really big. This is a really big third down. You make this, and you're going to be able to control the ball for another 2 or 3 minutes here. There's coming up in a second here. There'll be 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Clock is still running, 4:57, 56. And I think Holliston's going to call a timeout.
Coach Kiley is going to let it wind down and then call a timeout. And we'll take a timeout right now, too.
Panthers only had 2 rushing yards in the first half. They've got 99 in the second half, 101 yards of rushing offense.
Tale of 2 halves. Panthers on with 3rd down and 8, line up in spread formation. Trips receivers to the left. Fake to Gimblett. Short gain by Arvanitis. Going to bring up a 4th down and 7.
Now, this is an interesting situation here. It's kind of long to maybe try and go for it. If you punt the ball, if it goes into the end zone, you're only going to be picking up about
14 yards.
14 yards. So this is interesting. Do you do that and make them drive the field with 4? The clock is still running, by the way. It's 4:10 now.
Holliston's going to let it run down and then call a timeout, it looks like. And they do with 4:04 to go. We'll take a timeout. All right, 4:04 left in the 4th quarter. Panthers up 14-7. 4th down and 7, empty backfield for the Panthers. Arvanitis looks right, over the middle, Kevin Lyons, touchdown Panthers! What a call! What a call!
That's just a beautiful play. You know, that's one of those plays. I'll bet Coach Kiley had that in his playbook, and he said, if we're ever going to have a time to do it, let's do it now. And as I told you all night long, what's been happening is those safeties have to stay split because those safeties have to double up on these wide receivers. I mean, you know, 3:50 left here. Let's see if Holliston, this is interesting. I thought Holliston might go for 2 here.
Mulvaney lines up for the extra point. Wind's picked up a little. Gary with the hold.
Got it.
Line shot, it scores! And the Panthers lead 21-7 with 3:58 left in the 4th quarter. They've shocked this Canton Stadium crowd.
I tell you, I'd rather be where Holliston is than where Canton is right now, but you can't celebrate. You got to come out and you're going to have good coverage on this kick, and you're going to have to keep playing defense. You're going to have to make them eat up the clock. And the other thing you got to do, you can't let them score quickly. You got to make them take their timeouts too, so that when you get the ball back, if they should happen to score and you get the ball back, you'll be able to run the clock out.
Kevin Lyons' first touchdown of the season, and it is a beauty. His first catch of the season, a touchdown.
What a beautiful
And he
call.
becomes the 11th Panther to score a touchdown this season.
34 yards on the touchdown reception by Kevin Lyons.
And that's the 31st touchdown of Matt Arvanitis' career.
And with that, the Panthers go over 300 yards. They've got 313 on the night.
Cotting with the kick, and he blasts it. Fitzgerald takes it back at the 11. Nice tackle by Tim Aylward. Who else? Not in my house, says number 9.
Okay, so what you want to do, Tom, now is in Los is you've got to stay disciplined in that defense. Stay disciplined in that defense. Make them eat some clock here. 3:51 left to go in
Ball's
this ball
on
game.
the Bulldog 27-yard line. Empty backfield for Canton. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hagan.
Got him! They got him!
And number 24, Mitch Gimblett, on the quarterback draw. They saw that one before. Big tackle for a loss.
Okay, you gotta get ready and let the clock keep rolling now. There's 3:30 left to go in the game.
Hagan back to pass, chased out of the pocket. What a scrambler, puts one away. Intercepted! Intercepted by Christian Steele.
Oh!
I'll
tell you what. I'll take Christian Sneelock's word over the referee's word on that one. He knows what an interception is.
That's right.
Nicely played, Christian, and nicely done by that defensive front seven to keep him contained and not let him get outside.
Third down and 13 with 3:17 to go in the game. Canton has to dial up a big first down play right here.
Well, they got 2 shots left to get 13 yards. They don't do it, it's over. 3:17 left.
Empty backfield for Hagan. Rolls right, chased, complete, but tackled. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 9 or
and
let's see, 8.
That's the first timeout for Canton. With 3:06 left to go in this game, we'll take a timeout too.
Panthers Canton has been 2 of 4 on 4th down tonight.
Canton has its back to the wall. 4th and 7, 3:06 left, down by 14 points. Hagan rolls right, fires, complete.
Wow. Big time conversion.
They've got the first down and into Panther territory.
You're right, Carlos. That was really, really good job by them. They'll set the clock is running now. 2:50 left to go.
First and 10 for Canton. Hagan fires, knocked down, number 4. Got a piece of that one. Connor Mulvaney with the big stop. 2nd down and 10 for Canton. So the ball's on the Panther 38-yard line. 2:41 to go.
And we're wondering, Carlos thought maybe that might have been Canton's 2nd timeout. So it was either the 1st or 2nd. So they either have 1 or 2 left. 2:41 left to go in this ball game. In Holliston now, you just have to, keep them out of that end zone. Make them keep using timeouts, make them keep running the clock.
Well, Canton had their back against the wall, but stayed alive. But Panthers are not making it easy for them. Hagan goes right, fires, incomplete. Good coverage there.
Harding in coverage.
David Harding. You start dropping your defensive ends back into coverage. Nice job.
Yeah, that brings up a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 10 with 2:35 left to go. And then you start wondering, you're on that other side of the field, on the green side of the field over there, and you start wondering, you say, well, how many times are we going to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and keep getting long first downs? And,
right.
Especially against this defense. This defense that right now has not given up 1 point tonight.
Hagan rolls right, fires, complete. Another first down. Clock stops while they move the chains. 2:29 to go. Put the ball down at the 22.
Got to stay focused on defense, stay disciplined. Well, he got out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 2:15. Completed pass.
Canton matriculating down the field, but they're running out of time.
Now it's interesting too, because even though that's the short side of the field, Hagan's keep rolling to the right over there. You wonder if at some point they're going to come back over here towards the left.
3 receivers to Hagen's left. He fires to the end zone.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown to Fitzgerald. So with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go, it's an 8-point ball game.
Well, you're in a situation now, Tom, where that's really all you have to do is make sure you secure the ball on the kickoff, which will probably be an onside kick, I'm guessing.
They're going to line up for the extra point. Owen Lahane. Lahane's kick up and good.
Boy, she got a powerful foot.
And so with
Boy.
2:09 to go in this ball game, it's 21-14. You got to be thinking onside kick right here.
Well, they have to onside kick because if they don't, depending on how many timeouts they, even if they do have 2 timeouts left, Holliston will only need 1 first down. So they can't take that chance. And then the other part of that is, that was the first time they scored all night. They're not going to have a lot of confidence that they might be able to go down and score again. So they got to try the onside kick.
Johnny Hagen started off slow in this game passing, but he's really heated up in the second half. He's hit on his last 4 completions. He's 10 of 22 for 121 yards.
It seems when he's changed to the intermediate passes, the short and intermediate passes, he's been more effective.
He has, and that touchdown was, I think, maybe the first long pass that he completed tonight.
That was to Fitzgerald. That was Fitzgerald's first touchdown catch of the season.
Okay, you got your hands team up front now for the Holliston receiving team. Of course, the other thing you have to be careful of too is there's a lot of open space right behind that second level.
Here's the onside kick.
Got it.
Oh, penalty flag.
Everywhere. Now Holliston's got to step back and get out of there and don't hit anybody.
That was a total cheap shot.
Yeah, it did nothing. And it did nothing. Look at him jumping around. Nice job.
So Holliston with the successful onside kick.
Who was it? Was that Sean Keith?
I think it was Topher Ryan.
Topher Ryan?
So Ryan with the catch, but he took a heck of a hit.
Yeah, that's
drew a flag from
big penalty.
Both ends of the field.
That's a big penalty too, Tom, because now even if they use their timeouts and everything, you're in great field position. Even if you have to punt, it's going to be a long way for them to go with very little time on the clock. So here, you're one first down away. You got 127 seconds left to go.
I think you could almost take 4 knees right here. There's some sort of calculation on that.
Well, you got to be careful how many timeouts they have. If they have 2 timeouts,
I think they only have 1. Well, Holliston lines up in war. They're missing their fullback. They got time.
Now
He hustles out on the field.
10 seconds now.
Pitch to Benson. Benson breaks through into the secondary. He's open. Cuts it back inside the 10-yard line.
Well,
dagger.
You can all applaud the great run, and it was a great run, but the smartest thing that he did right there was he stayed in bounds. That was tremendously smart job. Great play by Dylan Ibbotson. Oh, that
Tristan Benson.
Tristan Benson, I'm sorry. That was a great play by Tristan. Great.
And we got a timeout on the field with 1:57 to go. All right, 1:57 to go. First and goal from the 8-yard line. Panthers go to war. Pitch to Benson, left side, bounces outside, it's a foot race.
Oh.
Number 21 dives forward. Just brought down short of the goal line.
And timeout. Canton, I believe.
That'll be Canton's last timeout, and this will be our last timeout.
Here we go, 1:49 left to go, 109 seconds away for Holliston.
Holliston has to run one more play.
And they want to get this, they want to punch this in too. They want to get this in.
Harvinitis under center. Hitting to Benson.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Panthers! Tristan Benson with the score. And that's going to ice it.
Well, you're looking at the D5 South champions, a team that came out and really deserves it. Tristan Benson, he loves this. And good for him. He deserves it. But I'm going to tell you another thing we haven't mentioned a lot tonight, and for no reason except we just haven't mentioned him, is that offensive line. And that offensive line has done a really, really super job against a really, really good defense here. This is a team that just doesn't let up any points. And Holliston's put 27 up on him.
142 yards on 15 carries for Tristan Benson.
Oh, no,
Hit by Mulvaney is good.
Now we have we have an offside. We have an offside here, and
They'll probably decline that.
well, I don't think you can. I think once it happens, you call the penalty. That's a new rule. So you don't have a choice there. So, but they move it a yard closer, run it in.
Well, the all-time number 2 point after touchdown kicker won't have any problems, but he's going to take his position at the tight end spot.
Yep, they're going to run it in.
Because Holliston's going to go for 2.
Oh, this team really earned it. They really earned it tonight against a really, really good defense.
Benson for the 2 points, cuts it back.
Just short.
It's no good. So with 1:44 to go, it is 27-14 Holliston. Tristan Benson scores his second touchdown of the game, the 31st of his Panther career. And Holliston looks like they punched their ticket to the state semifinals next Saturday. Probably down in Brockton. Did you look at?
I looked. There's a lot of sites that it can be. I
It's
mean,
either Brockton or up
we
in
don't-
Lowell.
Well, we don't know if it's north or south yet. They don't list that. I don't know why they don't. But there's a lot of other fields it could be in too, besides Brockton. I mean, Zavarian is one field they had listed. Medway's a field they had listed. You know, it could be a lot of different places. I'd onside kick right here, by the way.
Nick Cotting with the kick. And he drives it up the middle, couple of bounces. Canton with the return out to the 30-yard line. And with 1:35 to go, they're down by 12 points, 13 points.
Okay, you got to stay aggressive now. You got to keep coming out. You got to keep attacking.
Holliston has been nothing but aggressive in this second half. They really flipped the script, I think, Jay.
They did.
You know, the first half, they were very successful through the air. Went to the locker room with 6 points, and then came out of the locker room in the second half just ran the ball right down the Bulldogs' throat. Hagan along the right sideline.
If he kept
Complete
him
pass, but
did he keep
short
him in
gain.
bounds? You keep him in bounds. That's the big question. No, I guess not. Clock stopped. 1:23 left to go in this ball game. 83 seconds away for Holliston from the state semifinals.
That's me. Second down and 8.
1:23 left in the game. Hagen takes a snap. Back to pass. Runs out of bounds.
Nice scramble there by number 5. But it takes time off the clock.
1:14 left to go. It's funny. I just want to say, last night I was at the freshman game, and they were playing Natick, and Holliston was down by 6 points. They scored by 7 points. They scored a touchdown, missed the extra point, and then scored a touchdown on an onside kick. So in 34 seconds, they scored 12 points. So it can happen.
Hagan looks downfield. Nobody open. He's going to scramble.
Well,
he is slippery.
Yeah, he got out of bounds.
He's out.
104 left to go, 64 seconds.
Clock stop with 104. Ball on the Holliston 40-yard line.
You know, at some point, though, Tom, he's going to have to get the ball downfield.
Hagan fakes to Fitzgerald. Looking downfield, going to take it out of bounds again. Short gain.
57 seconds left.
Managing the clock well.
You know, Holliston will trade the 7 seconds for 2 yards all the way down the field if that's what it takes. But I think it's going to take more than that. He's going to have to get back there, and he's going to have to throw the ball.
Second down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Rolls right. Number 32, Kevin Lyons. He pitched the ball out.
But he stayed in bounds. That's the big thing. He didn't get the first down, so the clock will not stop. It's running 40 seconds.
Hagan wants to clock it. 36 seconds clock running. Bulldogs still lining up. 30 seconds. Hagan on third down and 6. Dives forward, inbounds.
Clock running, 19, 18.
That's going to do it.
That's going to be it.
Seven seconds to go. I thought they weren't going to run another one. Fourth down. Hagan puts it up into the hands of Christian Sneelock, who...
Oh, is that Christian? No, that's...
Oh, number 6. That was Ryan Stanwood with the interception as the clock runs out, and Holliston is your 2019 Division 5 South champions.
You know, Holliston, the past few years, the road hasn't been friendly to them in the playoffs, and this year they come out here and they did what they had to do. They did it with defense, they did it with offense, and the thing that I know I liked about it the best, Tom, and Los, is that they did it with aggressiveness, especially coming out in that second half and running the ball. And it made a big difference. And Tristan Benson kind of took over, and when they started running, and that really put a dent into the hopes of Canton. I want to thank a couple people here before we get to Los's Lowdown. I want to thank Jeremy Krause down on the field doing the camera, Don Cronin down on the field doing the camera, Mark Dennison also doing the camera. By the way, Mark Dennison's son last night in the freshman game made a great play recovering an onside kick that helped Holliston win. The lovely Lisa up top in the big camera. Bruce Guilfoy down here freezing. And now we'll go to Los and his lowdown. Oh, no, I guess we won't go to Los. I guess so. All right, so Bruce Guilfoy on his doing a live view. And Tom, we saw a situation here tonight where Holliston came in, they had to do their job, and they got it done. We'll go to Los now with a lowdown.
All right, the final score from World War II Memorial Field in Canton, Massachusetts: Holliston 27, Canton 14. The Panthers are your D5 South champions. Really great game here and a lot of interesting stats. Panthers dominated the total yardage game, 349 for the Panthers, 281 for Canton, 211 yards passing, 138 yards rushing for the Panthers, 127 yards passing, 154 yards rushing for Canton. Panthers defense had an amazing night. They had 6 tackles for loss on the evening. And they just really did a good job of holding that Canton offense to minimal yardage. Quarterback Matt Arvanitis, if my computer will kind of move on to the next screen here. Technical issues here. Quarterback Matt Arvanitis, 10 of 27 for 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tristan Benson had just an amazing second half in this game. As I mentioned, the Panthers held only 2 yards of offense rushing in the first half, but they exploded on the ground in the second half. Tristan Benson, 142 yards on 15 carries. He had a long rush of 35 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night. Leading receivers for the Panthers, there were a bunch of them. Dylan Ibbotson was actually the leading receiver. He had one 62-yard play, 62-yard reception. And then the most prolific receiver was Topher Ryan. He had 4 catches for 55 yards. Kevin Lyons with a touchdown reception, and Schneelock with a touchdown reception as well. For the Canton Bulldogs, quarterback Johnny Hagan, 12 of 25 for 127 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kyle Fitzgerald, he had 17 carries for 74 yards. And Johnny Hagan, he had 51 yards on 18 carries. Defensively for the Panthers, Tim Aylward, he led all tacklers with 8. And then there were some really big impact plays on defense by these Panthers. David Harding with a big fumble recovery for a touchdown, right? And then Ryan Stanwood with an interception. And also David Harding, Connor Mulvaney, Christian Schneelock, and Ryan Stanwood with big pass breakups. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCatFootball, and that's the Lowdown.
Thank you, Los. Great job. You're looking now live at the Holliston accepting the trophy for the D5 South Sectional Championship. They are on their way to the state semifinals, which I believe
against Swampscott.
Swampscott did win.
Swampscott's
Okay.
the Division 5 North champ.
All right, and Swampscott had a pretty good team. They only lost by 1 point to Danvers, who was undefeated until they lost in the playoffs. So
They haven't met the Panthers this season.
no, they haven't. Final score here. Oh, by one last thing. Tom, great job. I know you're really cold, so I'll let you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
27-14. They are your D5 South Sectional champions. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next Saturday, wherever we play.